Hey guys, what's up? It's Ariel, and I am finally back with another DIY, if you will. Today I'm going to show you how to make blanket pants, and if you don't know what they are, blanket pants are just pants made of a blanket. They've been gaining popularity, especially this past winter, but they've been around for a minute. I think I saw them first like 2 years ago. I was able to find out how to make them myself from bits and pieces of a bunch of different tutorials online. However, none of them really seemed to show the full process. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show the full process. I watched two videos that did really help me though. Olivia Sade is the one who inspired me to want to do these pants, and then a video on how to make pajama pants is actually what I followed. They will be linked down below if you want to check it out. First, I'm going to show you the ones I made just so you kind of have an idea in your head of what we're going to be doing. So first, I made this pair from a blanket I thrifted, and they just have the tassels at the bottom. And I made this pair as well from a crochet blanket. I didn't crochet this myself, it's a thrifted crochet blanket. Both of the blankets I got were from the thrift store, and the blanket we're going to be using today to make some pants is also from the thrift store. I really recommend, if you want to make these pants, to thrift a blanket, because I've noticed, at least at my thrift store, the blankets go unused because I guess people are really apprehensive about buying bedding, but honestly if you wash it and stuff, it's fine, and they make great pants, and you're just giving some old sheets a new life, so that's pretty cool. However, if you can't get your hands on a blanket in a thrift store, you can find a ton of them online. The price is definitely cheaper at a thrift store, obviously, but you can find them on eBay, and it's just called a tapestry blanket. And just like a disclaimer, I'm gonna be showing you a tutorial using another tapestry blanket, but I know that a lot of people are interested in the crochet pair I made. I wouldn't necessarily advise you to make them because it almost broke my sewing machine, just because I guess it couldn't handle the thickness of the material. You probably could do it if you plan on hand sewing it, but this is definitely a beginner friendly project. I'm not an expert at sewing. I used to sew by hand a lot, but I recently have started using my mom's sewing machine, so I really don't have much experience. If you really want to do this and you don't have a sewing machine, you definitely could do it by hand. It will take a long time, but it's 100% doable. If you're using a sewing machine like I will be, it'll probably take you about 2 hours or so. So typically there are two types of blanket pants. I think the more common ones, or the more popular style, is the one that has the trim on the side going down. I haven't made those yet, but we're going to make them today with the blanket I have. It's definitely easier to do it without the trim on the side. If you are going to make it without the trim or with the trim, I'll show you how, but it's 1 or 2 steps less to do it without the trim. Okay, now we can get into it. Sorry for the interjections. So this first step is only if you decide to add the trim on the side of the pants. If not, you could just ignore it. But if you do want to add the trim, you're going to remove the trim from the 2 shorter ends of the blanket. My blanket measured 49 by 59 inches, so the 2 49-inch sides. I'm just cutting off the trim and leaving about 1 inch of the blanket attached. So you just want the trim and about 1 inch border that you will later attach, but for now you could just remove it and set it aside for later. Now for the next step, you're going to take the blanket on the shorter side and fold it over once. Then you're going to fold it back on itself as I'm doing. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's better if you just watch it. And then from there, you're going to fold it back on itself again. So you're folding it on itself 3 times in an accordion type of fold. And on one side, you should have 2 flaps, 2 folded pieces. And then the other side should have a straight piece, a folded flap, and then another straight piece underneath. And then you're going to take a pair of pants that you want to model the fit of the pants you're making after. So just a pair of pants that fit you well, and you're going to fold them in half and lay them on top of the folded blanket with the straight side of your pants on the side of the blanket that has the 2 folded flaps. And once your pants are aligned on the blanket, all you have to do is cut around the template, I guess, of the pants that you put on top of your blanket, and you're gonna cut all of the layers at once. For this, I really recommend getting some fabric scissors. The ones I'm using are Singer brand, and they were able to cut through all the layers at once, which was pretty impressive. Before, I was trying to use my regular scissors and they were just not cutting it, no pun intended. And you're gonna want to leave about 1 inch of seam allowance for when you sew it, so don't cut right along where your pants are, maybe leave about 1 inch extra. My camera stopped recording, but you would just continue cutting up the top of the pants as you wear the legs. So once you're done cutting the outline of your pants against the blanket, you should have 2 big continuous pieces like this. I have this one, and then I have this one, and these are going to be your pant legs. They're going to be sewn with the good sides together, so we're going to just leave it like this. And your first thing you're going to do is just sew straight down from where your crotch is, where this like little indent is, because this is like the top of the pants and then your crotch. So you're gonna leave this part alone up top and then sew from the bottom of the pant leg here with the frills on it up to the point of your crotch right here. And you're gonna do that on both pant legs. So now that you have both of your blanket pant legs sewn like this and the top is open, what you're gonna do is leave one pant leg on the wrong side and then take the other pant leg and turn it inside out to where the good side is showing, like this. Then you're gonna take the pant leg that's still on the wrong side and put the one that's on the good side inside of the one that's on the wrong side. And just pull it through. And then both of the good sides should be together inside of here. And the crotches should line up. So what you're gonna do from here is just sew along the top and along the bottom, just one continuous thing, just sew all along here to secure it. Once that is done and the crotch part is all attached, I know you probably want to check the progress, at least I do, so I'll do that now. But basically you have the majority of the pants done. It looks like a pant. You could kind of get the gist of what is going on. You see, pant, and you have the little tassels on the bottom. From here, if you were not interested in making the tassels going down the side, you could skip to this time and it will just show you how to finish up the pants. However, I know some of you are interested in putting the tassels on, so I will show you how to do that right now. So to add the tassels, this is the inside by the crotch and this is the outside. So you're gonna cut the outside, and then once it's cut down the side and open like this, you're gonna take the tassel and just lay the tassel in between the 2 layers of your side piece with the frilly part sticking out. And then from there, you're going to sew all 3 layers together. By that I mean the border that the tassel is attached to in between the top and bottom layer of your pants. You're going to just sew it all down together, and you can pin it in place to make that easier for you. But personally, I'm a bit lazy, so I didn't, and it turned out all right. Just have to make sure they stay in place. All right, so once you repeat that on both sides, this is how it should be looking. As you can see, the tassels are attached pretty nicely. This side, not so much, because I was trying to do a different method, some trial and error. But yeah, if you follow the way I showed, it'll come out like this. Looks great. And even if you decided not to do the tassels, you'll end up with something like this that looks like pants somewhat. All that's left for us to do is to add a waistband and some elastic and we'll be good to go. So you're going to want to turn the pants inside out, and at the top fold it down about maybe 2 inches or so. It's going to depend on how much space you have at the top to fold down and how you want them to fit and the size of your elastic. But basically fold it down as much or little as you want, but it has to be enough that your elastic that you plan to run through the waistband could fit within here. But you're gonna fold it down and then just make one continuous stitch in your machine or by hand, sewing this part down. However, you're going to leave a small little gap, like right around here, that you don't sew down. So you're going to sew all the way around here, all the way around, and then end here. So this space right here will be open. Once that is sewn down, this is what your pants should be looking like, pretty much like pants. All that's left for you to do is to get your elastic and measure it to your waist and then maybe take an inch off or so. And then you have to thread it through this top part of the pants from the inside. So basically to do that, you're just going to find the little hole that you made up top where you didn't completely sew down the waistband. And from the inside, you just take your elastic and you're probably going to want to attach something that allows for the elastic to be threaded through this little tunnel of the waistband. I'm going to use like this keychain thing. You just insert it inside of the opening in the waistband and thread it all the way through. And then once you get it through, all that's left to do is to take the two opposite sides of the elastic and sew them together just like this on your sewing machine. And that's pretty much it. And this is what they look like on. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I like that like the heart is kind of broken and they say grandma on the back. I don't know. And there you have it, your very own blanket pants. Pretty easy, but maybe I'm biased because I've done it before. But yeah, I hope that this helped you and that you're able to make some cool pants of your own. If you do, definitely tag me on Instagram or Twitter, or like send me a DM or something because I'd love to see it. They'll be linked down below. Also, I might be selling some pairs on my Depop only because I really love making them, but I definitely am not gonna wear like 7 pairs of blanket pants. So if you're interested, follow me on Depop. I don't know when I'll be uploading them or whatever. It'll probably be sporadically just as I make some, but if you're interested in buying a pair, check my Depop. It will also be linked down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching and letting me teach you how to make these pants. It's been fun. It's been a little journey. And yeah, stay safe, stay cool. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. If not, that's fine. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I'll try to answer them as they come. And yeah, see you in the next one. Laters.